back with you guys this week. We're here at the Burlington Cemetery for the last time. We ain't coming back. We got what I don't want to call it more important, but maybe more substantial.
Yeah, more entertaining too.
Yeah. So, like we said last week, and we know you guys are getting tired of this crap. The woods, the cemetery.
Same two places.
We're tired of it too. We really are. And we're trying to figure out the whole summer. We got some, like we said last week, we got some interesting stuff coming up. We're gonna stop talking about it. We're gonna be about it. Just stick with us for a couple of months. So next week you guys are gonna get one video from us, and then it'll be about maybe 2 to 3 weeks before you get another video after that. Got some work to do. Got a trip we're planning.
Big trip.
We're not gonna spoil anything. You're gonna have to tune in for that one. But I say probably about 2 weeks after next week's video before you get another one from us. It may not be the big one that we're planning, because that may take us a little bit to edit and get out for you guys, but
depending on what we collect and everything like that.
and I think it's about time I teach Matt how to use Adobe Premiere. That way I'm not the one that's always editing this shit. That way he can actually sit down and go through it and figure it out.
Potentially I could come up with a few extra little side projects if I have the motivation.
Oh, are we talking about solo adventures, Matt?
Maybe not that far.
Gonna go sit up out in the woods and have a campfire all alone?
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. If I get like 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, sure.
Hey, you heard him. We get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube or 1,000 followers on TikTok. Matt's gonna go spend the night by himself out in the woods. Or we can go see if the farmhouse is still standing. I know we said bye to it, but Matt's always had great experiences out there. Maybe one last trip where we leave him there by himself overnight.
Might as well be dry.
So, in case you guys haven't noticed, see, I'm wearing the shirt this week. Our detailer did an amazing job on these. Anybody wants any shirts, I'll leave a link to her. Don't go through Vistaprint, those guys suck.
No comment.
So we're just kind of wandering around with you, waiting for it to get dark. We always get out here too early, or we get out here too late to get decent B-roll or have a conversation with y'all. But without coming out here at 7 o'clock, it'll be all right. But as you guys can see,
Sun's still up.
it's still nice and daylighty out. We really could have waited till like 8.
Honestly, yeah.
But then we wouldn't get to walk and talk and waste everybody's time at the beginning of the video. Plus, I'm sure there's a few people that like seeing our pretty faces.
Somebody.
So we did get another phasm cam. So that means we got 2 night visions. Do not enter.
Looks like they doing some work on a few of the grave sites.
Maybe they put chemicals on the lawn.
Something like that.
Well, that's kind of a shame, because that's the corner I like to find out what's in.
Sandhole.
Well, they put up those nice do not enter signs, but you know, we're out here breaking the law. Fresh grave. Just out of curiosity. No, it's not fresh, but it looks like they at least put fresh.
Yeah, probably just redoing a bunch of the lawn because it's getting patchy.
I know there's a fresh one up over that way somewhere.
People pay a lot of money to bury their loved ones here. They kind of want it to look nice.
You know, it really should be cremating people and putting them in the ground with trees so that the trees can grow. This is such an archaic.
Well, in old days, people like to use graveyards like as like actual hangout spots. Like they were some of the nicest places in cities for a lot of the times. But I think post-Victorian era, that kind of like started phasing out, and people started having like regular parks or stuff like that, and graveyards ended up just being the depository of the dead.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Okay, you can look it up. It's actual like history.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but me and Matt worked together for a little bit. That's how we started this. And now we're not working together anymore, and fuck, I thought that was a real dog sitting there. I just caught it out of the corner of my eye. But we don't get the witty banter anymore, so if we get the witty banter back and forth on these investigations, that's why, because Matt doesn't have to put up with me all day at work anymore. Yeah, there's a good doggo. God, I thought that was a real freaking dog, man. All right. So I think what we should do, Mr. Matthew, yeah, last time me and Abby were here, we came in and the energy that was here once upon a time felt like it was gone.
That's what you guys were saying, yeah.
So this is the last time we're gonna be here at this cemetery. Even just walking around during the day, last time we were here, I think we at least felt a little on an edge, a little uncomfortable, and now it's just like every other cemetery. Lots of dead space. So I think what we may end up doing is putting Matt up in the old cemetery by himself after dark for a little bit, because that's where he had his encounter that one time we were out here.
Probably the most spooked I've been around here.
So his was up there, mine was over here in this corner.
By that big up top sarcophagus? I don't know what to call it.
I don't know if you guys can see that from here. Let's wander over that way. That way you guys know what we're talking about. Might be squinting your eyes at the screen and that's not good for you. God damn it!
Really?
Why are there all these dogs out here?
People like their dogs.
God. All I saw was the tongue in the eyes. I thought there was another damn dog sitting there.
Jeez, when you heard the panting.
We all know how good my hearing is. So, bad doggo. Startling people. That's
very
unfortunate. Very fresh.
Very fresh.
Yeah.
I like that.
We're not going near that. We're not showing that on camera either. Sorry, guys. Alright. So you can probably see that from here. That big marble above ground thingamabobber over that way. Huh?
Granite.
Is it?
Yeah. Marble is always white.
Did you know that they use granite in pool tables? That's what the slate is made out of.
I believe it. It's
I'm-
not feels that heavy.
Yeah. Good pool tables, anyways.
Is that a cat up by the old cemetery walking?
Looks like it. It's like a black cat. Ain't that appropriate?
Crossing the path.
Crossing the path of the black cat.
You know,
Could be a skunk too. Should we go up there and find out?
Oh, we'll smell it and figure out.
All right, let's head up that way.
Because when I saw what I think was an apparition, I don't remember it being that far up. There had to be a bush like right around here.
There might have been,
If not, maybe up there.
but I think that was the bushes up there.
I can't remember. But I see headstones, right? So
Is that a new house?
that looks like a brand new house. Look. Maybe this was
I think this might have been the,
the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it would appear so, all right, so where this new house is, right in the yard here, right about where that wooden, or the horse is sitting,
Yeah.
that would have been where the old foundation for the old farmhouse sat. But they do say construction,
Renovation can agitate them, yeah, but taking out the whole foundation, you could go one of two ways: either agitate them to no end, or just completely get rid of them.
and if they were attached to the foundation, they went with the foundation,
Theoretically.
theoretically.
So unless folks move in to this house and then suddenly move out, we don't know. But it looks like they did put out a few new headstones.
Too bad the place is all boarded up, or we can't get in legally. That'd be kind of interesting. This looks like a relatively newer headstone.
Compared to all the others.
Yeah.
There's row of 4 there, that one there. I don't know how they decided who gets what.
Probably whoever had money. Or whoever still had living family members.
This bookkeeping from the 1800s, I don't know how you track that.
There's Mr. Hawkins. We've had some interactions with Hawkins here.
Someone from the family.
I thought one of them wasn't one of them Emily.
Maybe.
I know Abby had a lot more interactions up here than what you and I do.
Some of the ice storms that we had a few months ago ripped out up onto these branches.
So the theory that we have is that that foundation may have taken the energy with it if it was connected to that foundation.
Yeah. Because it looked to be as old, if not older, than the tombstones around here.
So take a good look around, because you may not see this place again. Or you may not see us
Here.
in this place again.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been coming up here for a year on camera, off camera, with other people.
Once or twice off camera, yeah. Frankly, off camera, I remember being way more intense than on.
Yeah. Especially the time we were up here with that group and we got surrounded up here.
I was more or less the middle of the summer, so everything had been grown up too. Like all this fence line was essentially, you couldn't see through it barely. Just how much was up against it. So it gives you a little bit of a claustrophobic feel from it. Would you look at that? That's the water tower right over there.
Right over where? Oh, right there.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but we can sure as in hell see that. We got the water tower right there.
Right in between the two trees.
All right. So, you and I, Matt and I have theorized about the energy here in Burlington. We've talked about the water tower. We've talked about the woods. The thing that kind of stands out to me still is that something that the water tower recognized at least your energy from the woods. I don't know if it was both of us. I don't remember. It was us or you, or if it just knew us as a general statement.
Could have been the royal us.
Yeah. So the fact that it does prominently stick out amongst the skyline.
That's kind of surprising. I didn't actually think you could see it like at all from this part of town.
To be fair though, all the times we've been up here, we've never really thought about it. Plus, I think once those trees fill in, it might be a little harder to see it. But the fact that it can see it looks like the Lord of the Rings, the eye that's watching over everything all the time. Sauron.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it looks like. And it's watching your house. It can see your apartment from there.
Don't dox me, Mike.
Huh?
Don't dox me.
Well, it's starting to make a little more sense that they recognize your energy now.
Apparently, because
It's been watching you your whole life. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to cut that part out or not. So Matt has lived in Burlington his whole life. You lived a little while in the house right down the road from the woods?
yeah, from the woods, yeah. Only for like a year when I moved in like the second grade.
So I'm not saying something's been around him his whole life, because that might be stretching it a little far.
Considering for the better part of my life, I lived a mile-ish outside the city limits.
I still go back to the idea that we were out there once upon a time. The first time we were out there without the cameras, Matt was sitting there and he ate a whole bag of M&Ms, and I still think that pissed off whatever. It makes sense because they were calling you a bitch. They were playing, it sounded playful. It really did. And then all of a sudden the energy changed. So I don't really think it's attached to Matt. I don't believe that. I believe that it just recognizes our energy from being out there, and because I say Matt's name so much when we're out there, and so did Abby, really, that maybe they just learned it and they're like a parrot, or they were just repeating it just to get your attention.
Possibly, sort of like an echo. As entirely like in the realm of like pseudoscience.
I mean, you know.
This entire field is pseudoscience.
Right. So there are numerous possibilities. We don't always want to toss around the word paranormal because, although I guess paranormal means unexplained, right?
Not normal. Yeah.
Right. So it would be paranormal to hear your name.
Yeah, but in like not the souls of the dead responding to my name, but more along the lines of like the energy you put out into the world in a way can manifest. Because like I told you, radio signals can do that. Decades later, a radio signal can bounce back and be heard.
Well, yeah, look at those radio signals that they keep getting from ghost ships.
Mm-hmm.
I think you were telling me about that.
Yeah. A Navy vessel caught literally like Luftwaffe like radio signals 40 years after the war ended, and it was like sitting there going like, what? But radio signals, they catch the transmission, but they don't catch all of it. Sometimes it just waves out there and just keeps bouncing around between the Earth's crust, the atmosphere, your house, my house, that tree. Like, it's frankly kind of remarkable, and nobody like realized it until they started like putting two and two together.
See? Desperados Comedy plus Education Hour. With your hosts, Matt, who is constantly being harassed by something.
Mostly you.
There you go. I'm the antagonist, Matt's the protagonist. So you guys may get more of the GoPro footage today than the Phasm cam, but I still think there's a couple of spots after dark that we are going to check out. We're going to check our little corner down here. We're going to go check out our shed because we've actually had some really bizarre activity up by that shed at night. But now they've built, and we'll take you back up there and show you that inside of that shed, they've built a little chapel in there.
They got pews and a lectern, podium.
Yeah, just something small for the small cemetery. But we'll take you up there. We'll peek inside the window. We didn't want to stay up there. There was a family out with their dogs in the yard. We didn't want to cause the dogs any distress or the family any distress by making them wonder what the hell these weirdos are doing out here.
Pretty much.
So we'll wander back up there. We'll show you the inside of that. All right, guys. We're back up here by the shed. We're going to show you just a little bit of the inside if we can. And then we're going to take a little bit of a breather. Oh, you guys can't see in there. Oh, it's so dark. Hold your camera.
That might be way too bright.
Might be. There you go, nice little view. See, just a little. All right, guys, we're gonna kill the GoPro, set up the Phasms, and wait for it to get dark, and we'll be back with you. Welcome back. As you can see, we've got
two cameras blinding each other.
Yeah, but we're trying something different with them tonight. We've put them in black and white mode instead of the pink, just to see how you guys like that.
Comment down below, pink or Black and white.
Everybody likes pink. So yeah, let us know what you guys think. If you like the black and white, or if we should go back to the pink. I know the pink kind of made us maybe stand out from the rest of the channels, but the black and white
feels a little bit more professional.
Feels a little more natural, you know?
Yeah.
I think the ultimate test would be when we're out in the woods.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot for IR to bounce off of out here. So you only get so much range out.
So we can either stay here. We're not really getting anything, honestly.
No vibes, man.
See the energy here, it's just like last few times we were here, the second it got dark out there was a different vibe here. Yeah. And even when it was daytime, you still felt like there was something just kind of sneaking around, you know? But now it's just
the entire cemetery.
Well guys, you know, sometimes we get stuff, sometimes we don't.
Not every location is a winner.
And we were kind of concerned to begin with coming here that it was going to be not very active. I know we haven't been out here very long, but so the energy of Burlington Cemetery is non-existent anymore.
Yeah. Anybody watching who's been thinking about it, maybe save your time.
Go to Paradise Road.
Rent a movie.
Go hunt the Beast of Bray Road.
Read a book.
Or go watch some of our better content.
Yeah.
Go watch last week's video. That one wasn't the worst. You good?
Yeah. I think one of the things on my bag squeaked in a way that was weird to me.
Yeah, they put a light in the cemetery, or that's a yard light that's lighting up the cemetery, either way.
Yeah, it's so over the fence too that it'll just pour in. Probably because kids would like jump the fence and like sneak through to like cut across town.
Probably. Either way, they got a nice floodlight in that cemetery up there in the old Burlington Cemetery, and you know, being in here after dark, we don't really want to draw any unnecessary attention.
It's a headache we don't want and other people don't want.
Yeah. So I think from here, I'm just gonna wander on out of here and call it a night, unfortunately. But we're definitely gonna make up for it. Like we said in the last video, we got some pretty interesting stuff coming up. I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised.
We are very excited for it.
So next week's video, I don't know if we said this or not earlier, but next week's video...
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Did we?
Yep.
We got one more video next week for you guys, and then after that it's going to be a few weeks, might be 2-3 weeks before we get another video out to you, but it's going to be worth the wait.
Mm-hmm.
So again, from us to you, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think of the black and white versus the pink and black. If you guys like the black and white, maybe we'll stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe we might switch it up. Maybe we'll run one camera with the full spectrum and one with the black and white.
Yeah, we're not married to either one yet, so listen, we want to do what this is. We want to, you're the audience. We want to cater you a bit. Yeah.
Have a pleasant week. hopefully we get to see all you guys again next week on the next episode of Who Knows What.